What's up, everyone? Welcome to a new episode of High Altitude Motorsports. Today we are heading down to Lawson's Paint and Body. If you guys have been wondering where my McLaren's been, well, it's been in the body shop. On the rally, it took on a bunch of rock chips, and since it was painted kind of poorly, it really just diminished the quality of the paint. So I'm having the whole front clip repainted, and then I'm also on my way to pick up the headlights because I'm gonna bake them apart. Alright guys, so we just left Doug Lawson's shop. So yeah, as you can see, they've got the front bumper and the passenger and driver fenders off. The hood's still on, but the hood's pretty easy to take apart. So they are getting that all ready for paint. So I got the headlights. I'll show you guys kind of what they look like. It's a pretty common problem on the Mclaren Mp4-12C. So we got the headlights. As you can see, there's this condensation that's all around this part of the headlight. So when we bake these apart, we should be able to fix inside of the plastic, get this all removed. Here is all the stuff that I got. I will link it basically where I found this stuff, all on Amazon. So these are our silica packets. This is our 3M headlight restoration kit. Comes with all the pads and sandpaper. Then we have our PlastX kind of compound to basically polish the plastic. And then to reseal it, I got a Permatex black silicone. Just like that, guys, it's the next day. We got our oven and we're preheating it to 225 degrees. So now, while that's preheating, we're gonna get this headlight ready. We're gonna take apart any little rubber pieces, this backing. I'm also going to unscrew our ballast. We're doing this with a T15H. All right, guys, and just like that, we've taken out our ballast, and now this headlight is pretty much ready to be baked apart. We're gonna put this into the oven for 10 minutes, and then, very important to have a bunch of tools ready to pry on. We'll probably set it on the carpet and pry it apart here so we don't scratch any of the headlight. Oh yeah, I feel that heat, huh?
So this is 225 degrees, right?
Yep.
And what is how do you know when it's ready?
They say that you have to wait exactly 10 minutes. So we'll put on a timer. You got a timer on this thing?
I do not know how to use it.
Pick time.
Start.
Uh-oh. Door. No, we don't want that. Alright guys, so we got our headlight out and I realized that I don't have any gloves. So this might be a little bit challenging. We might have to
Is it hot?
run back to the shop and grab some gloves, but I'm gonna come down here and start prying this apart. So basically there's really no pretty way of doing this, but you just want to make sure to not break any tabs, and then you're gonna just start slowly separating the headlight, and then Yeah, I'll just slowly work your way around the headlight. Just like that. And you want to move kind of quickly because you don't want it to cool down. Obviously, if I had thought about bringing gloves, it'd be a little bit easier. It is very hot. Just like that. Really simple, guys. Not too difficult. Shops are charging thousands of dollars to do this, and it literally took probably in total 15 minutes, and 10 minutes in baking and 5 minutes in pulling apart. Probably not even that. So we just got the headlights torn apart. Super simple process. Like I said, preheat your oven to 225 degrees, bake them for 10 minutes. Every headlight application is going to be slightly different, so you might bake it, start at 10 minutes. If you need 15, then go to that. Once you bake them apart, now we're going to head to the shop and show you guys how we're going to clean up these glass lenses. So as you can see, our outside is rock chipped. So we're gonna have to sand this. But if you guys can see, this staining is condensation that's on the inside of the light. This is the main reason why we're pulling it apart. So from what I have seen and read is we're gonna use this PlastX, and we're gonna try to basically just polish this area out. Let's see what this does, huh? We have started basically getting the inside layer cleaned up, but our outside layer is so messed up that it's kind of hard to see if we're working on the outside or the inside. So we're gonna start cleaning up the outside of this lens. We picked up a 3M headlight restoration kit, and basically we are going to do their procedure with sanding between 500 grit, 800 grit, and then 3000 grit. And basically get the outside fully polished, cleaned up, all the rock chips, scratches, and damage all basically taken care of, and then we're gonna go back into the inside and see what all that we need to do to get it perfect and get all the swirls out of it. All right, guys, so we just got all the headlights basically restored. I'd say they're probably about 80 to 90% perfect. Unfortunately, the Mclaren plastic, especially being old, it's just basically impossible to get 100% of it perfect. Also, we took the, did we film this part? I don't think we did. On the factory headlight, there is this condensation, and all I did was just use some of the Meguiars PlastX and a microfiber and just kind of hand polish that. I'll show that on camera right now. So as you guys can see, just a little bit of hand polishing. That mark is still there, but like I said, it's kind of impossible to get it 100% without just getting new plastic. And once we seal these headlights up, we're gonna make sure that they're perfectly sealed and airtight so we don't have any more moisture or condensation getting in here, and we shouldn't have this problem ever again. So unfortunately, right now we only have our big atom swirl killer, which did do a pretty good job, but we did order the Nano Rupes polisher. So it's a head that's probably about an 1 to 2 inch pad, and we'll be able to get into these small areas in the future. But honestly, for what we did, I mean, this is about 80 to 90% better.
No, it's substantially better than it was.
It's a lot better.
The next day.
Thought of getting hair in my headlights. You rolling?
Yeah.
All right, guys. So after yesterday, there was still some minor scratches that I wanted to get out. So we went and picked up the Nano Rupes or Rupes machine. Basically, this has a 1 inch orbital polishing. So while it spins, I'll see if I can do it slowly. Basically, this really gets the headlight from a nice polish to just unbelievably clear. So now that we have this, if you guys are serious about getting your McLaren headlight condensation taken care of and want to send it to us, this tool, I mean,
McLaren or any car.
Yeah, McLaren or any car. Obviously, we're doing them on the McLaren, and the McLarens have quite a big problem with it, but just after doing the last lens, it made it, I'd say, from what it was to now, at least 95% better. So we have cleaned all the headlights to about 95% better than they were. And now I've kind of set the headlights into about where they go. We preheated our oven to 225 degrees. We're gonna pop this bad boy in for 10 minutes. Once it's done, we're basically gonna push all that back together, and let them settle overnight, and then in the morning we're going to go around with our Permatex silicone and basically just kind of silicone our edges back together. And yeah, that's a pretty simple process. All right, so our headlight is done baking. So now we're going to pull it out of the oven, and basically what you're just trying to go for is take a gander really quickly at this. See how there's the little plastic tab right there?
Yep.
So what you're trying to do is just basically get it sealed in there and then have that tab sit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So then,
is that the only tab on these lights?
No, they go around the whole light. It's obviously extremely hot, but you gotta do it while it's hot. Alright guys, so the headlight we let cool down for maybe like 20-30 minutes. It's still a little bit warm, but that's okay. So now we're going to basically just install all of the rubber and the ballast back together, which is pretty simple. And just like that, both of our headlights are ready for the silicone, and then they'll be ready to go back in the car. It is the next day. Our headlights have been baked back together, so we are using the Permatex black silicone. And basically right now, we are just going to silicone all around the cracks. It's kind of a messy process and doesn't look very good, but when it's in the car, all you'll be seeing is just this part of the lens. So you won't be able to see any of this, but this will ensure that we don't get any condensation into our headlights in the future. So we've just done a little small section, and then basically what we'll do is we'll just kind of go over it with our fingers and kind of work it into that crack. And then that kind of cleans it up a little bit and makes it look pretty good. And then yeah, basically we'll just go around both of the headlights completely and let this sit for about 24 hours before you put it in the car. Guys, so like I said, it's not the prettiest. Basically, you just smear the silicone kind of in the cracks, and you're really trying to prevent as much water as possible. So it's a little bit unnecessary, but this just basically ensures that there's not going to be any areas that water can get into. And then the last step before you install them is to put the silica packets in, and that will also help with the moisture. But for now, these headlights are done and we'll go back in the car. So thank you guys so much for sticking around and watching this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you guys in our next video.